Welcome back to Inner Frame Brooklyn. Charlie from Real Brooklyn Films here, and I know it's been a minute, like a really long minute, but so much has happened since our last video. I'm just coming into the editing process of Outcast Nation. We're really close, a couple of weeks, and then we're sending it off to PBS October 10th. That is our deadline. So things have been great. The movie's great. I can't be more happier. In fact, it's the first time I finished the documentary where, like the second cut, and I'm really happy with it. So a couple more, touches and finishes, but it's gonna be good. And we're already in development on the next one, which we'll get into. However, so much has happened that I want to talk about. So since our last video, and I was talking about all the gear that we got, something bad happened, and we'll get into that right after this. So, the last time we met our intrepid explorers, we were right in the middle of production. I was talking about the new gear that we got and the really cool FD lenses, and the C300 was just great. And we were using the R6 as our B camera, and it was just rocking. We shot everything in C-Lock 3, everything matched. It was going really well. So at the end of July, we went on vacation, and while we were gone, some enterprising people came in, broke into our house, stole all of my camera gear, both camera rigs completely built out. All the batteries, we just gotten the new small rig batteries, all the batteries, all of our lenses, which were in a brand new backpack that we got, all those lenses that we got, all the ones that we cinemodded, all that stuff, gone. They stole, we had a really nice zipper case that our small rig light came in, but we were using it for all the soft goods. So our big black was in there, our big white was in there. They took that. And my wife's laptop, and a few other things. And you can imagine that I was a little distraught. That was about $20,000 worth of camera gear. Now, we have a homeowner's policy like everybody else, and I called State Farm. I called our person, told her what happened. She said, that's horrible. And I said, well, I have a shoot on Monday. I need to really replace all of this stuff quickly. How long will it take for the insurance company to, give us money? Because we actually have, our policy is full replacement value, which means that if you don't have the thing you got, you get something that's comparable, no matter how much it costs. She said, we have that. So why don't you go ahead, replace everything, and then when they do, the reimbursement, they'll just reimburse you. And I said, fine, that works. So I went on B&H. I spent about $20,000 on B&H. Everything shipped like the next day, including Vespid primes. I figured, if I'm going to replace, let's replace the Cata Dizio zooms, plus a new R6 Mark II, and I found another C300 on eBay, even better than the one that I had, actually. It came with really cool stuff. It came with an L series EF 24-105, which is like, a $700 lens. Came with these amazingly expensive Sennheiser lavs. So I made that better on the second one. But so I got that. That came quickly. I found all of my replacement FD lenses, got that done. Reached out to my friends and Sean at Follow Focus Gears. Got them the gears, the step-up rings, the caps out like the next day. Principal Focus, our friend up in Canada who does the actual conversion kits. Hold on, let's use some visuals. So yeah, so from Sean, cap, step-up ring, Follow Focus. From Principal Focus, we got the conversion kit, the cap, and this. Sent that out from Canada, sent me 4 conversion kits right away. And then from AlphaGuard in California, who makes these wonderful stickers, they got them out right away too. They didn't even charge me. Got me up and running. And I gotta tell you, Sydney and the whole crew at SAC I told them what was going on. The next day, they had 2 sacks coming to me for the price of one. Didn't even charge me like an express shipping fee. So we had both sacks came. So we were able to get back up and running fairly quickly. However, the insurance company said no. The actual people who did the research found that I had put an ad in backstage, like back in March, looking for freelance work, which I never did. I never got a dime. I never actually got anything, and a list of gear. So they decided that this was a business and they weren't going to cover it. $20,000 worth of gear. So I managed to keep the things I needed, sent back the stuff I couldn't afford. Yes, the DZO primes had to go back. The CAD primes, the Zooms had to go back. The Rode Pro Labs had to go back. A number of the big ticket items had to go back, but the R6 Mark II stayed. The cage for that stayed. All the bits and bobs stayed, and I was able to scrounge together enough money to get back up and running. And thanks to our friends and our sponsors, you make these relationships, and it got us back in running, and we did not lose a day of shooting. And because of sort of this emergency, my producer and I managed to wrangle all of the people that we needed in the movie for those last 2 weeks of August, and we pretty much knocked it out. We actually even made a trip down to D.C. because of what's going on down there with regards to the homeless situation, searching for tanks, searching for Humvees, searching for armed National Guardsmen. Didn't see any. Drove around. I got some nice photos of National Guard lounging, and I understood they were picking up garbage, but that was about it. We're not going to get political here, but that's what I found. So we got it done. Got it all done despite all of this stuff. Now, the moral of the story is that you need insurance for your gear, right? I reached out to my friend Matt Porwall. Everybody knows, he's an amazing DP. He shot Cartel Land. He shot The Trade. Works with Matthew Heidemann a lot. And I asked him what insurance company he uses, because he said, and this happened to him a couple of years ago, the company's TCP. I'm going to put it up here. TCP. The contact there is Natasha. She's amazing. And she took care of my insurance in one day. All the gear wasn't even in the house yet. And now I'm insured for $25,000 worth of gear. All of my computers, whether here or on the road, are completely covered. It's have the real stuff, have the real deal. I feel better now running around with all my gear, knowing that we're really insured. Don't rely on your homeowner's insurance. Don't rely on anything that's not specific to our business, okay? TCP, insurance, Natasha, reach out, tell her I sent you, but it doesn't matter how much you have. They'll insure $5,000 worth of gear. Just do it. Protect your gear, because this could have been so much worse. And at the end of the day, it wasn't. So we're back on track. We are now in post-production, doing the edit, and I'm going to talk about that right after this. And now, of course, just want to do a quick plug for our sponsor, our only sponsor, Follow Focus Gears, Sean down in Georgia. They are our main sponsor, and they do the step up. They do the step up rings, they do the caps, they do the Follow Focus Gears. They turn your basic, still prime lenses into actual Cine lenses. Any lens you can possibly come up with, he's got a ring for it, and if he doesn't have it, he'll make it. He's like magic. He makes these things. I don't know how he does it, but he's the best. He's been a sponsor of us from the beginning. Whatever I need, I just reach out. He takes care of it. The prices are really reasonable. I think the prices are the best of any other company that makes this stuff. I wouldn't know because I don't use anybody else, but I'm going to guess that his prices are the best. They are the only sponsor of this channel. However, if Sydney and the crew over at SAC is watching, I would love to have SAC be a sponsor of this channel. I've been using SAC now for this entire movie, and actually our robbers liked it so much that they stole it, and everybody's talking about it. We were at a conference, and there was some guys there shooting for the conference, and they saw I had the SAC. And they were like, "Oh, you have the sack?" I said, "Yeah, man, it's amazing." And they thought it was really heavy, so I threw it to the guy, and he got scared because it sort of just like poofed down into his arms. And he's like, "Oh wow, this is really, really light." I said, "Yeah." So these are some videos of me using the sack. I love you, Sydney. Maybe I could be a sponsor for SAC. You can be a sponsor for SAC. I don't know. Anyways, Folks Gears is our sponsor right now. Check him out. Give him your business because he's a good guy and he deserves it. All right? Moving on. So one of the things I wanted to talk about that also came out of this fiasco was the amount of camera gear I had that was literally sitting on our dining room table downstairs because we were in the middle of shooting and I didn't want to put anything away because literally it just didn't pay. We were running out every day. We were doing interviews, big interviews down in our living room with the big black backdrop, which we got another one of. So when I'm looking at all this stuff, it's like, where's all this going to go when we're done? And at that point, I really had no place. So I was thinking about getting one of those rolling carts that everybody has, those rolling tool chests. But I realized that that wasn't going to do, because even if I had that, I was still going to need shelves. And I just watched Luke Forsythe's video today of them trying to muscle that big tool chest down a flight of stairs. That didn't look fun at all. So what I did is I cleaned out my closet completely in my office, and I built shelving, and now there's a shelf for every piece of equipment I have. I've got lenses, sound, camera build on both of these, filters, caps, and miscellaneous cables and electronics. Our lights, we got our small rig and our Godox lights. We got our softbox over here. On the next shelf down, which you can't see, is our charging station. Got all our batteries lined up, V-mount batteries, all kinds of batteries being charged. And on the other side here is where we are storing our sacks down in the corner. Look, ooh. So that's where the sacks are. And then up top, all our cases are neatly stacked and packed. And I decided that it was time to be a little bit more organized because it was a mess. And now anything I need is here. I got a little build table over here with some foam on it so that if I'm putting stuff together, if I want to build the camera here, I can do that. Place for my reflector is over there. Being organized is the best thing I could have done because I'm not the most organized guy on the planet. So when you're thinking about how to store your stuff, think about what you need, not what everybody else has. Everybody's got their rolling cabinet. Everybody got their thing. I think Luke is regretting his rolling cabinet, and now that's in place, probably not. Make for you. I mean, nobody's saying that there's one right way to do anything. Do what's good for you, and make sure it's all insured. You'll sleep better if it's all insured. I think that's all we're going to talk about. The next video, which will be coming much sooner than this one, okay? We're going to get into sort of the post-production of documentaries because we're right in it. And we're going to be in development on the next one, so we can do those two together. We can do sort of the post-production and development of the next movie, which we'll get in probably 2 weeks. Please like this video. I'm dying here. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm funny. Tell your friends. Nobody else does videos like I do. I know that because people are like editing stuff and I just keep going and I ramble. The movie is Outcast Nation, is the little poster. It will be on PBS nationwide, November 22nd. Look out for it. Things are being great. Actually, we may be doing an interview on MSNBC, which is pretty cool. I'm not supposed to talk about it, but it's a possibility. That's it. Remember, Documentary 101 here is the link. Our budget programs over here, which I actually just started using today for the new film, and keep shooting.